From New Trier High School in Winnetka, Sports Channel presents the Illinois High School Association 1993 Girls Swimming and Diving Championships. Well, the spectator galleries are already full, the pool is waiting, and we're just about set to get underway. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Lederman. Joining me, Bruce Woodbury, longtime coach at New Trier. 7 state titles under your tutelage, Bruce. This year under Tony Harper, the Trevians are still in it, but they've got an uphill swim to knock off Hinsdale Central. They're going for a 4-peat.
They are going for a 4-peat, and Carol Bobo has them really ready this year. She has 3 relays for qualified in the top 6. Tony Harper has his hands full, but then he also has to look behind him because Rosary and Lake Forest High School are coming out right behind him.
Well, in the individual events, there are lots of storylines to be played out. Bruce, we're talking about seniors and freshmen, I guess. We'll start with the senior, Jenny Grable.
Jenny Grable is a breaststroker qualifier and an IM qualifier, 3-time champion in the breaststroke, going for a 4-peat herself. Lindsay Perella from Elk Grove Village is in the 50 and the 100, and Lauren Silva swimming the 200-yard individual medley, and she'll be a contender in the 500 as well.
Perella and Silva, both freshmen. We're going to see some competition. Maybe a state record or 2 will fall, but we'll be back to get things started in just a minute. Back at New Trier, first event, the 200-yard medley relay, backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, freestyle, 50 yards apiece. The medley relay will first catch the consolation round, meaning the second 6 finishers after yesterday's preliminaries. Following this, of course, will be the final round. So lane 1 and 8 are empty. Top of your screen, lane 2, Bloomington, St. Charles, lane 3. Palatine, the Pirates in lane 4, Lyons LaGrange lane 5, Naperville North lane 6, and at the bottom of your picture, West Chicago Community will be in lane 7. Again, this is the consolation. The best finish here, the winner will take 6th in the state, which Bruce is not too shabby to begin with, eh?
That's a great way to start off.
And of course, all these points will lead toward team points for the eventual team standings. Charles McCarthy is the referee. Mark Medoran will start him. All right, the 200-yard medley relay, 50 yards apiece. That's up and back.
It's hard to split them at this point.
Looked like lane 5, Lyons LaGrange touched first after 25 yards. We'll get the splits as they come here after 50. Lane 3 right now, St. Charles, half a body length ahead of the field, touching first. That's Kathy Lang for the Saints.
Many people think this is the most important stroke of the medley relay, the breaststroke.
Well, leading now, picking up lanes 3 and 4. Lanes 3 for St. Charles, that's Kelly Perry, Kate McMillan in lane 4 for the Palatine Pirates. And now it is McMillan coming to the end of her 50 yards. She'll pass it off to Tracy Cromar.
Tracy had a great start there in lane 4.
Tracy Cromar on the butterfly again for Palatine. This again, the consolation, places 6 through 12. Coming up the last 50 yards in freestyle.
Looks like it's going to be an exciting finish there. Lanes 3, 4, and 5 are right together.
Now lane 3 about to touch first. Kelly Perry on the butterfly. Danique Claston, we should say, for St. Charles. So it'll be St. Charles and Palatine, lanes 3 and 4. And 5, Lyons LaGrange.
Great turn there by Amy Swender.
But Allison Weimer in the middle for Palatine. In lane 4, seems to have the edge as they come to the finish. It is Palatine in first place with Allison Weimer, whom you'll be seeing later in the individual events, swimming that anchor leg. And the time for the winners, 1 minute 51 and 55 100 seconds. And now we will have a look at the finish again, and Allison Weimer breaks it out right here.
Yeah, Allison's really coming on strong there. She takes one breath too many, I think, towards the end, But she really has a nice, strong finishes with a straight arm. Terrific.
Now coming up to the championship, and here the top qualifiers will be Rosary of Aurora, and we'll take a look from top to bottom. Lane 2, Naperville Central. Jessica Nippenberg right there. Lake Forest in lane 3, Lara Hoffman. And there is Aurora Rosary in lane 4, Betsy Nagel on the backstroke to start. Lane 5, Hinsdale Central, Natalie Larrick. Lane 6, New Trier and Crystal Lake Central. Lane 7. Well, Hinsdale Central qualifying all 3 of its relay teams, but right now, Natalie Larrick on the backstroke gets the early edge.
Hinsdale had a terrific preliminary yesterday, getting all 3 of the relay teams in.
Lara Hoffman for Lake Forest in lane 2, and it is lane 5 touching first. That's Hinsdale Central.
New Trier is currently in 6th, but now they've come up with Jenny Grable as a breaststroker, and she ought to be able to pick up some ground.
Jenny, of course, the 3-time individual breaststroke champion. We will see her going for the 4th victory in a row. Right now, lane 4 in the middle of the pool.
Rosary.
Rosary is leading. Rosary with Misty Lorek, a fine breaststroker herself. Now we go to the butterfly. She hands up to Lauren Silva.
She's one of those outstanding freshmen that we talked about earlier.
Silva holding the lead for Rosary. And second and third very close on either side between Megan Krause over there for Lake Forest, Jenny Roberts for Hinsdale Central. Here comes Silva. Final 50 on the freestyle. Amber Orrid for Rosary.
And Nellie Roberts for Hinsdale. She got a terrific start.
And Nellie Roberts has the lead right here.
It ought to be quite a finish.
That's Roberts at the bottom of your picture for Hinsdale Central. Next to her, Amber Orrid.
Nellie's caught up.
And now coming off lane 3, we've got Chrissy Jansen for Lake Forest. Right to the wire we go. And it is Hinsdale Central by an eyelash.
What a way to start the meet. Terrific. What a race.
Nellie Roberts looked like she was going to be caught, but she had enough. Just a fingertip. 1:49.16. A little more than the second off the state record. But Hinsdale Central looked like
look at the finish here, Mike.
Caught.
Look at the finish. All 3 of them right together, all within an eyelash of one another. And Nellie just pulls it out with holding her breath and finishes real strong. And then 1, 2, 3, boom, Lake Forest third.
And 32 big points for Hinsdale Central, padlocking the state title just a little closer. Coming up, 200-yard free. Well, the state champions for the first event, the 200-yard medley relay. And I have a feeling it's not going to be the first event they're going to win today, Bruce. It's Hinsdale Central, the Red Devils.
They could win all 3 relays.
And the medals in the hands of Bill Wolf, who's the aquatics director at New Trier High School, also the meet director. And the team of Natalie Larrick, Megan Zerknius, and sisters Jenny and Nellie Roberts. The winning time, 1:49.16.
Terrific way to start off the championship heat.
And there they are. Of course, there's a lot more swimming for them to do, and there you see the results. Rosary 2nd, Lake Forest 3rd, New Trier, which won this event last year, 4th, Naperville Central 5th, and Crystal Lake Central coming in 6th place. Getting ready for our next race, and this will be the 200-yard freestyle. First the consolation. Looking ahead to the finals, it'll be another confrontation between Courtney Coleman of Wheaton Warrenville South and Jennifer Steffen of Hinsdale Central. That's what the book says. First, though, let's take a look at the consolation heat. Top of your picture, lane 2, Erin Diddy of Decatur. Kristen Hoover of St. Charles, lane 3. Lane 4, Heidi Rajski of Pekin. Lane 5, Mary Kay Hensler of Lake Forest. Lane 6, Molly Sullivan of Peoria Richwoods. And closest to the bottom of your picture, Sarah Mutz of Barrington. State record in this, set back in 1983 by a 4-time winner of this event, Stacy Cassidy of Evanston. This again, the consolation. The winner here will take 7th place in the state.
This is 8 lengths of the pool, freestyle.
Rajski from Pekin, the sophomore. Hensler, the senior from Lake Forest.
Mr. Starter, take your mark.
In lane 5, early out, is Hensler of Lake Forest. She had the 2nd best preliminary time.
So it looks like Erin Diddle at the top of the screen from Decatur is off to the fastest start, although the girl from Lake Forest.
Diddy, top of your picture in lane 2. After 50 yards, she touches first. 2nd place, Jennifer, Mary Kay Hensler from Lake Forest. 200 yards.
This is a pace race. You want to not go out too fast because you've got to keep it. You want to try to keep your 50s even for the entire race. The race is broken down into 4 50s. You want them to be even. You don't want to go out so fast that you put yourself into oxygen debt and really cramp up at the end.
Halfway through now in lane 4, Heidi Rajski of Pekin is leading.
Heidi looks real easy and relaxed. She's got a real long stroke and pulling all the way back. Breathe every stroke in this race. Again, not to put yourself into oxygen debt.
Diddy in lane 1. That's Rajski in lane 4. And Diddy, with 50 yards to go, makes the turn. She is leading. Diddy from Stephen Decatur High School, Rajski from Pekin. So a couple of downstaters going at it here in the consolation. 25 yards to go. The turn looked like Rajski made the turn first.
It's a battle back and forth. Erin's looking right at Rajski.
Right to the finish. Diddy and Rajski. Diddy at the top, and she takes it.
And she does take it. Just by a 1/10 of a second. What a race.
Diddy is first. Rajski from Pekin is 2nd. Kristen Hoover in between them was 3rd. And the time, 1:56.06.
Look at the finish here now. Nice long stroke. Both of the girls look relaxed, pulling all the way back. Erin has a little bit of advantage, I think, because she's looking at Rajski at the end and just barely touches right. You can't tell. Good thing we have electric timing.
The time again for the consolation, 1:56.06, 1/10 of a second. Check it. 8/100ths of a second better than the 2nd place finisher, Heidi Rajski. So Erin Diddy of Decatur takes the consolation in the 200-yard freestyle.
Her goal was to better her time, and she did.
All right, let's take a look now at the championship heats. In the 200. Ellen Stonebreaker in lane 3, so Lindy Mercer in lane 2, Stonebreaker, Naperville Central, Courtney Coleman lane 4, Wheaton Warrenville, Jennifer Steffen, Hinsdale Central. There's the race right there. Kim Vender from Winnetka can challenge. Kelly Yates from Richwoods.
Take your mark.
This could be a 3-person race right here, lanes 4, 5, and 6. Coleman in lane 5 from Wheaton Warrenville. They don't have a team, so she works out on her own at the Y. Jennifer Steffen finished 6th last year from Hinsdale Central. She's in lane 5.
And Stonebreaker, the freshman from Naperville Central. She ought to be excited. Right up in there in the hunt, too.
And Jennifer Steffen from Hinsdale Central in the red cap leads after the first 50. Right behind her is Coleman.
Jennifer looks real easy and nice and strong. Boy, Hinsdale's swimming great so far.
Lanes 3, 4, and 5, the top three, and lane 5 it is. Jennifer Steffen puts a little distance between her and Courtney Coleman.
Jennifer, the senior, has been swimming this event for 3 years now in the finals. She has the experience. She knows what to expect, and looks like she has a lot of confidence today.
Coming down here in lane 3, it's Stonebreaker. Lane 4, Coleman, and leading in lane 5 now, Jennifer Steffen. 50 yards to go. Steffen in front, Stonebreaker in lane 3.
Courtney looks like she's coming on a little bit, and so's Ellen Stonebreaker, the freshman.
25 yards to go when they hit the turn.
Look at Ellen come off the wall.
She's at the top.
What a race for the finish.
Stonebreaker in lane 3. Coleman lane 4 now. Both have pulled ahead. Stonebreaker, the freshman's going to do it.
By half a body length. What a swim. What a swim. Fabulous.
Ellen Stonebreaker from Naperville Central.
It looked like it was Jennifer's race, and it was Jennifer's race for 6 lengths of the pool, and then Ellen Stonebreaker, the freshman from Naperville Central, took it over the last 50 and just pulled it on, and you can see that she's just pulling away here towards the end. That's what we were talking about. Try to even split the race right through to the end of the race, and there she has a half a body length lead. 1, 2, 3. Lanes 3, 4, and 5.
Coleman in lane 4 from Wheaton-Warrenville South finishes second. Steffen fades but holds on to third. And the winner, the freshman, she'll be back, and so will we. Well, your winner and a, well, hey, heck of a finish, Bruce.
That was great.
From Naperville Central, Ellen Stonebreaker, the freshman. And Lee Kennecke there, the girls athletic director here at New Trier, has got that first place medal for her right now. And there she is.
That's really exciting for a freshman.
Winning time, 1:51.73. Courtney Coleman from Wheaton-Warrenville South coming in second. Courtney, a 5th place finisher last year. 3rd place, Jennifer Steffen from Hinsdale Central, bettering her 6th place finish from a year ago. In 4th, Lindsay Mercer from Normal Community, the senior. Another senior, Kim Bender, who finished 4th last year, 5th this year. And Kelly Yates from Peoria Richwoods came in 6th. Next event, the 200-yard individual medley, and now we are going to see the first solo confrontation here. Lauren Silva and Jenny Grable. This is one of those we've spotlighted. First, though, we'll go into the consolation round. Janelle Buster, a junior from Pekin in lane 2. Sarah Stevens from Urbana, lane 3. Lane 4, Jamie Reed from Champaign Central. Lane 5 from Aurora Rosary, Misty Lorick. In lane 6, Tawny Larm from West Chicago Community. And Nellie Roberts from Hinsdale Central, part of that winning 200-yard medley relay team, is here as a solo act. So this, again, the consolation, the 200-yard individual medley. Backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle, 50 yards apiece.
Mr. Starter, take your mark.
We'll start off with the butterfly first, then go to the backstroke, then the breaststroke, and finally the freestyle. And it's hard to split them right now, but during the race they split up quite a bit. Some strokes, some of them have strong breaststrokes, some have real strong butterflies, and so on. So there's a lot of jockeying around. The lead changes hands.
Right now it looks like Buster at the top of your picture in lane 2.
And she's obviously a very good butterflyer, going on about 28 seconds.
She's in the red cap. In lane 4, Janie Reed from Champaign Central.
And she's a real strong backstroker. I think we see here later in the finals in the backstroke, and she's overtaken Justin in the backstroke.
Right there she is, Janie Reed, a junior from Champaign Central.
This is where things kind of even out now. We'll get to the breaststroke, and things kind of even out a little bit here.
Still Janie Reed from Champaign Central, but coming up on her
is Misty.
Misty Lorick in lane 5.
And she is a breaststroker.
Reed in lane 4. Lorick in lane 5. And over in lane 3, Sarah Stevens making a move. They swing 3 across as they'll go to the final 50.
We got 4 girls right together there at the very end.
Touching first, lane 5, Misty Lorick. So now up and back in the freestyle, and Lorick has the edge, but next to her in lane 6, Tony Larm from West Chicago Community now. And Larm has the edge as they make the final turn. That's Tony Larm, a sophomore.
Too at the top.
Coming to the finish line. Larm at the bottom of your picture. In the middle of the pool, it's Misty Lorick and Janie Reed. And as they go, it is Tony Larm from West Chicago Community, taking first in the consolation and 7th overall.
Tony had just a great finish there. It was incredible how she finished. She's moving her arms really quickly. She looks very determined there and just kicking really hard and moving her arms. You can see the turnover is really good and just touched her out.
Winning time 2:10 and 64/100ths for Tawny Larm, sophomore from West Chicago Community. Now as we go to the finals, this is one of those battles that everyone here is looking forward to, between the freshman Lauren Silva, the top qualifier, and Jenny Grable, who wants to add this title to her 3 breaststroke championships. Let's take a look now at the way they line up. Lane 2, Amanda Smiley. She is from Barrington, a sophomore, 10th last year. Amy Munns from St. Charles in lane 3, finished 7th last year. There is Silva, the freshman, from Aurora Rosary. Next to her, needs no introduction here, the homestanding Jenny Grable, finished 2nd a year ago. Sarah Adams from Washington in lane 6. And lane 7 from Lyons LaGrange, Adrian Benz. But again, the race is expected to be between Silva and Grable.
Mr. Starter, take your mark.
Very interesting. 4 sophomores, a freshman and a senior in this event.
Silva got the quicker start of the 2.
I think Jenny's a little stronger butterflyer, but Silva's a terrific backstroker and breaststroker.
And the butterfly 3 across.
Looks like everybody's a strong butterflyer in this heat.
4, 5, and 6, yeah. Well, after the first 50 yards, it is Amy Munns. And the 2 favorites are tied for 4th. Now here they go into the backstroke. Again, Silva in lane 4, Grable in lane 5.
Jenny's backstroker is a little bit stronger than last night, but Lauren's butterfly was a little stronger than last night. So this is turning out to be quite an interesting race, and you could see here they're going to duel in the breaststroke, going in exactly almost exactly tied, 6/100ths of splits them. But Jenny is really starting to come on. She was beaten last year by a senior and doesn't want to be beaten this year by a freshman. We'll see what happens in the freestyle.
Grable now in her specialty, the breaststroke, has pulled the lead out over Silva as they come to the final 25 yards of the breaststroke. Grable there, closest to you. Behind her, Silva. Silva, the fastest qualifier in this event in the prelim. 50 yards to go here. They'll do it freestyle. Jenny Grable, the New Trier senior, makes the turn.
Jenny had a terrific breaststroke. They're about a body length apart, but Lauren's freestyle, I know, is awesome, but Jenny is looks like she's pulling away.
Jenny Grable has put distance here as she makes her final turn. This one is going to go to New Trier's own Jenny Grable.
Jenny's putting on a really strong kick, but Lauren's starting to pick up a little bit now.
Grable has it in control as they come to the finish, and Jenny Grable does part of what she set out to do.
Oh, that's terrific. This has been such an elusive title for Jenny over the years. I know her goal was to do her best time and let the places take care of themselves. Wow, terrific. Her best time ever.
About 4/10 short of the state record. 2:03.93. You see the time there for Jenny Grable. And Lauren Silva taking second.
And here
Sarah
comes the
Adams
finish.
third.
The last length, Lauren looks like she starts to pick up a little bit. Jenny pulled away the first 25 of the last stroke, but now Lauren picks up a little bit, and then Jenny looks like she senses that Lauren's picking up and turns it on. Terrific finish, and that elusive title is now Jenny's.
Yes, there she goes. Jenny Grable. We'll be back. Well, what a triumph here for the home-standing Jenny Grable. And she is the winner of the 200-yard individual medley. She's been trying to do it, and there as a senior, she has done it.
I'm really impressed. That was a terrific swim.
That's Arnie Caget, the longtime diving coach here at New Trier, presenting Jenny with her medal. And she is the 1993 state champion in the IM. And a time just a little less than 4/10 off the state record. Her time 2:03.93. Second, we're going to be seeing a lot of her in the coming years. Lauren Silva from Aurora Rosary. Third place, Sarah Adams, who came up from Washington.
Only a sophomore.
Amy Munns of St. Charles finishing fourth. Amanda Smiley of Barrington fifth. And Adrienne Benz of Lyons-LaGrange finishing sixth. Okay, up next, the 50-yard freestyle. Up and back. Over with just about that fast. And here, too, there's a possibility for a state record in the finals. First, the preliminaries. Lane 2, Becky Hodgson, a sophomore from Lake Park Roselle. Lane 3, Kathy Lang from St. Charles. Lane 4, Lee Haddock, a junior from Marion High School in Woodstock. Natalie Larrick of Hinsdale Central in lane 5. Terry Wagner of Naperville Central next to her in lane 6. Stacy Sedlasek of Knoxville in lane 7.
2 weeks ago, Stacy was in the sectionals in volleyball. Here she is in swimming.
Again, 50 yards. One up, one back.
Mr. Starter, take your mark.
This race is a start, a turn, and a finish.
It's Haddock in lane 4 from Woodstock.
She's
in the blue cap.
Takes a breath just before the turn. And she's up and swimming right away. That's a real key, is to get past that wave that follows you into the wall.
Hodgson in lane 2 is in second. Right now it looks like Haddock coming to the wall. And it is, yes.
Wow.
Lee Haddock from Woodstock just edging out Becky Hodgson of Roselle.
It shows you how important those preliminaries are the night before. If she had done that time last night, she'd be in the finals. 24:05. That would have made the finals. And you can see she had only taken one breath up to this point, and she finishes really strong, pulling away, and it's a real strong kick. And that's a real key in this race. You have to have a strong kick.
The time well off the state record of 23.15, but that may fall in this heat, the championship heat. And this is going to be a duel here between a senior and a freshman, and maybe two freshmen.
This used to be a senior event, but Lindsay Farella from Elk Grove Village, she's been a dominant freshman in this event.
All right, let's take a look at lane 2. That's Tracy Bollinger from Dupo. She is a sophomore. The senior Kimberly Laughlin, and there's a story there. She missed out on the 100-yard where she was favored when her goggles went awry. Lindsay Farella, she is a national swimmer, and she could well break the state record. She's from Elk Grove Village. There's Allison Weimer. She no slouch herself, another freshman from Palatine. Lane 6 from Hinsdale Central. Good breeding there, too. Meredith Quast. She didn't do much. She only finished 6th there last year. She's a threat. So is Brianne Foles of McHenry, who finished 5th in this event in 1992. So, there's the scenario. Look at lane 3, 4, and 5. But all eyes will be on Farella in lane 4.
Mr.
Good start. Up right away, head high. A real key for the race, and boy, does she have a strong kick.
That's Lindsay Farella in the white cap with the green trim, makes the turn first.
Look at that turnover. Look at those arms.
Top of your picture, Bollinger from Dupo. Here's Farella being challenged by Laughlin.
People will be looking at that clock. Look at that finish.
Just off the record, but Farella gets it, 23:44. There she is, Lindsay Farella.
What a swimmer. You can just tell by the way she comes up and gets kicking right at the beginning of the race.
Coming up to take second, Kimberly Laughlin from Lane Tech, and that's got to be some kind of retribution for her. As we take a look at the finish again, Bruce.
Good turn, off the wall, head up high. You can see her, it looks like her head comes out of the water almost, and then she takes, there's her second and third breath, and then real strong finish.
And a dead heat for second between Laughlin and Allison Weimer. Laughlin, the senior, Weimer, the freshman. Again, with Kimberly Laughlin, she was the top qualifier in the prelims. Just as she hit the water, her goggles went awry, and she had contact lenses, had to swim the whole race with her eyes closed, didn't qualify.
Look at that.
And there is Kimberly Laughlin. Check it. There is Lindsay Farella. The freshman is the winner.
One blue goggle and one green.
Well, as you might expect in a race this short, not only was there a tie for second, there was a tie for fourth, but all alone in first place, someone I know we'll be hearing about on the local scene, the state scene, and on the national scene, from Elk Grove Village, Lindsay Farella. Isaac Marshall, the coach of Lane Tech, will present her with her medal. There's Lindsay.
What an exciting time. And one of the long-time state records is going to fall in the next year or two. Hopefully next year.
That being Betsy Lynn's time of 23.15 in this event. A lot of people thought Lindsay would break it today. Well, there it is. A lot of folks bunched together, but Lindsay Farella on top. The time, 23:44. Tied for second, Kimberly Laughlin of Chicago Lane and Allison Weimer of Palatine. Laughlin, the senior, Weimer, the freshman, and then tied for fourth, Meredith Quast of Hinsdale Central, as well as Tracy Bollinger of Dupo and Brianne Foles of McHenry, finished in sixth place. Well, there's the diving board. Might give you an idea of what's coming up next. So they'll reset the pool, and we'll reset a few things and be back with the diving competition in just a minute. Back at New Trier High School, I'm Mike Lederman, along with Bruce Woodbury, former coach of the Trevians, and our able assistant, Teresa Wadden, keeping track of all the statistics. And now we're going into the diving event. And here again, Bruce, we've got interesting competition. The defending champion as a freshman, back as a sophomore, but finds yourself in third place.
That's right. This is going to be a really exciting event. Hannah Shin won it as a freshman last year. But there's a girl from Rockford, Guilford, that Kenzie Zeller, who's now leading the pack. It'll be real interesting competition.
We're going to see the final three rounds, the final three dives. Here is Becky Edwards from Evanston. She is fifth after the prelims. Forward dive, half twist. 1.8 degree of difficulty.
They have one required dive to do in the finals here. This is Becky's required dive. It's a very simple dive in straight position. Degree of difficulty is low here. We'll see a higher degree of difficulty from Becky later. Very nice dive.
Given sixes pretty much across the board. This is Lisa Hoffman from New Trier, standing sixth after seven.
Lisa did a reverse dive, and one of her best dives. That's also in the straight position. Nice hurdle, straight position, a little far from the board, but she saves it nicely.
5.5s to 6s, and here is Hannah Shin. Again, she stands third after winning this a year ago, a forward dive with a half twist.
Looks like she over twisted a little bit.
Yeah, she did not look happy with that at all.
A little over twist, and it looks like she buckled a little bit at the end. Boy, there's a lot of pressure this year on her.
Her marks were 4.5 to 6. Here is Lydia Ball from Champaign Centennial. She stands 7th after 8 dives.
She did a reverse dive in the straight position. It looks like all the girls are using their required dive early. A nice arch on that, and then real good toe point. Good finish.
Kate Ennis, again, local product from New Trier, standing 11th, a forward dive with a half twist.
Kate was a real surprise in the preliminaries. She moved up a little bit and had a little difficulty with that one. Got 3s and 4s on that.
And here is Robin Eachter from Palatine. She is going to do one of the, not one of the required dives, a hard one, 2.4 degree of difficulty, a back 1.5 somersault, pike.
She did a difficult dive, and maybe that's why the girls put that other dive, that required dive early.
And the marks are 2.5 to 4.
Over a little bit. She looks like she lost it, and you can see how she over spun on that.
Here's our leader now, Kenzie Zeller from Rockford Guilford. She is a senior. Just a required forward dive right here.
Well, a little tuck, forward dive in the tuck position, 1.8.
And the marks, pretty uniform, 6s.
And see the tuck and then straight in. She could have straightened out a little bit more.
This is Julia McDonald from Springfield High School, standing 12th.
She's doing a required dive, forward dive in the straight position. Nice hurdle, looking down at the end of the board, and then looking over at her arms, and then straight in. That was a real nice dive.
5s to 6, her marks. Here's Courtney Schell from Glenbrook South. She is in 4th position.
She was the leading qualifier coming out of the sectionals last week. A real popular diver in this area.
That was a forward dive from the pike position.
She got some 8s and 7s. Another real nice pike, and then straight in. Very nice dive, very nice.
Heather Gagliano from Rockford Guilford, standing 8th.
A little over twist. Looks like she rushed it a little bit.
A forward dive with a half twist.
She got some 3s and 4s on this dive. Just kind of ran up and didn't take her time, and then over twisted a little bit at the end.
Erin Cowan from Crystal Lake.
Erin looked like she was a little far from the board too, and
Erin goes to Crystal Lake Central. Here it is, the forward dive, half twist.
Twist, and her feet a little bit apart at the end.
Kelly Telschow, and she right now is 2nd. She's from Friend High School.
Doing a back dive. In trouble getting over, but once she did, she brought it in real nicely.
That's her required dive out of the 3 here. And she gets 5s to a 1.7.0 in there, which of course will come out.
Very, very nice.
We're through the first round. Here we go. Becky Edwards again from Evanston. This time it's a forward 1.5 somersault with 2 twists.
Little trouble twisting. She started, looked like she was twisting a little bit as she approached the board.
Lisa Hoffman, standing 6th. A reverse 1.5 somersault with a tuck. 2.3 degree of difficulty on this dive.
Lisa Senior. Four and a halves and 5.5s. Nice hurdle. Nice tuck. And into the, a good finish into the water.
All right, here's Hannah Shin, who's got to pick it up if she's going to retain her championship. Standing third and did not get good marks on her first dive. Forward 1 somersault, a double twist.
Now that was a good one. Hannah's real athletic and like a real gymnast too. Very good with her twisting dives.
5s and a 6 or 2. Again, 7 judges. They'll take the middle 3 scores. Lydia Ball, ranking 7th now. Reverse 1.5.
This has a high degree of difficulty too. This is a 2.3 dive, and watch the tuck here. That's a real key. And when the kick out, and she kicks out well there, and then nice finish.
About a 5 there. Here's Kate Ennis. Try to move up from number 11.
Forward dive in the free position, 2.2. The crowd liked it. See, the judges did, 4.5s and 5s.
Now the home crowd cheering on one of their own right there.
Over a little bit.
Kate, the junior at New Trier. Here is Robin, the actor. Now she's doing her required dive, a forward 1.5. A forward 1/2 twist, we should say. And the sophomore from Palatine gets grades going from 4.5 to 5.5, Bruce.
Yeah, it was a nice twist. It's a required dive, though. We expect her to do real well on the required dives, and she did do well.
Here's Kenzie Zeller now, the leader. Inward 1.5. 2.2 degree of difficulty.
Kenzie's coached by Gene
Cassiope.
Who always gets girls in the finals. He's a terrific diving coach. And we saw a real nice dive there. And nice height on this dive, and perfect kick out, and strong finish.
Ranging from 5.5 to 7.0. Julia McDonald now.
Kenzie's going to be hard to catch.
Forward 1.5 with a twist.
The twist looked a little slow on that, but she was able to get it over and in. It's hard to tell the speed here, but she has good technique as she twists, and she does get it in. A little bit short. Want to kick out a little sooner.
Courtney Schell in 4th place. Back 1.5.
Courtney had a nice back 1.5 there.
4.5s and 5, Bruce.
Courtney's moving up, I think. And she's in a real good straight position, pike position, and got it in the water real well.
Here's Heather Gagliano from Rockford Guilford.
One of Cassiope's protégés.
A back 1.5.
2.2 degree of difficulty. You can see she got over a little bit and slapped. Watch the feet at the end. And over just a little bit, and then slaps her feet in.
Erin Cowan, the junior from Crystal Lake Central, in 10th place. And not a lot of luck there with the forward 1.5. Tough dive, 2.3.
That's a tough dive. If you miss it, it looks worse than what it really is. And she missed it by just a little bit, over a little bit, and it just makes it look like there is a lot of splash. It makes it look like the dive is a total failure.
Now reverse 1.5 to be attempted by Kelly Tilschow, 2nd place.
And she's a little bit short on that one, but she got it in pretty well.
Kelly gets 4s and 4.5s here, Bruce.
And a little bit short.
And here it is, the final round now.
Looks like we're rushing through this so quickly. The girls hardly have a chance to take a breath. They really need to focus.
Becky Edwards, a reverse 1.5 with a tuck.
Ooh, nice.
2.3 degree of difficulty there. The crowd liked it. Becky in 5th place gets some decent marks.
Crowd should like this. It's a beautiful dive. She did a nice job. Nice job saving it at the end. Becky's coached by Jim Blickenstaff of Evanston, longtime coach there.
Here's Lisa Hoffman now waiting for the crowd to quiet down. Did not appreciate the scoring there on Becky Edwards' dive. Lisa Hoffman, a forward 1.5 with a twist for the senior from New Trier, standing 6th.
Nice, she just got it in. She could have used a little bit more height on that. See, she didn't get off the board. She didn't let the board ride her up enough.
Okay, last chance here for Hannah Shen. A reverse 1.5. 2.3 dive here. Sophomore from Fremd, the defending champion. From 4, 4.5.
She gets off. She gets off a little better and a little slow getting around. She's better on the twisters, but she did a nice job on that one.
7th place here now, Lydia Ball, Champaign Centennial.
All right, Lydia.
Coming up short on that one. The forward 2.5.
From our end, we can see that her legs split apart. I don't know if the judges will catch that. They're pretty good, but when she's doing her somersault, her legs came apart a little bit. That helps her get around a little faster.
3s and 4s, 3.5s and 4s on that dive for Lydia Ball. Here's Kate Ennis again from New Trier.
There was a pike dive. She held the pike position real well. Kate's real strong. She's a gymnast as well. And you can see that she holds that pike and then keeps her head up, and nice entry.
Robin Yachter, sophomore from Palatine, standing 9th.
Real nice.
Forward 1.5.
Nice approach here, good hurdle, and then a real nice somersault and entry.
Okay, Kenzie Zeller now. Again, she is our leader. The back 1.5 somersault with a 1.5 twist, a 2.5 degree of difficulty, a very, very tough dive right here. When you're going for number 1, you pull out all the stops. Let's see what happens.
Ooh, a little short. This might tighten things up a little bit. But I think she had such a good lead.
3 5s and 4s and 1 3.
A little rocking at the beginning. She'll get some points taken off for that, and then a little short on the entry.
Julia McDonald, a forward 1.5.
Took a little short on the hurdle, but then she did a nice job riding the board. Nice. Let's see, a little far from the end of the board, and then, but she did, look at how she finished. Real strong, terrific.
Sophomore from Springfield, she'll be back. Here's Courtney Schell now from Glenbrook South. 4th place to this point.
Nice. Nice twisting dive. High degree of difficulty, 2.7.
Well, she got everything from 4.0 to 5.5 on that 2.7 degree of difficulty. Toughest dive in the show, as they say, Bruce.
Yes, and she did a terrific job with it. She got up nice and high, and she was able to get all those twists in. That's a difficult dive to do.
Heather Gagliano now with a forward double somersault here. 2.3 dive. Heather is standing 8th.
Little run to the end, and ouch. Looks like she mistimed her hurdle, and then over a little too much and couldn't save it. It's kind of hard to stop those in midair.
2.5s and the 3. Here's Erin Cowan. Forward 2.5.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Erin trying to improve on her 10th place standing here, and a 2.4 dive with 3 5s and 4 5s.
Nice approach, good reach, nice tuck, and in the water. Could have been over a little bit more. See if the judges pick up on that.
Critical dive here for Kelly Telshaw. She stands 2nd. She knows she's got some room now. With a reverse 1 and 1.5. 2.4. Kenzie Zeller opened the door. Let's see what the judges gave her.
Let's see, yeah.
5s, 5.5 for Kelly Telshaw. So they'll figure up the numbers. And we will have the results of the diving competition.
Wow. I think it tightened up there at the end.
Kenzie Zeller on her last dive opened the door. Let's see if Kelly Telshaw was able to come through it. We'll have the results when we come back. The broadcast rights to tonight's state swimming and diving finals have been granted to Sports Channel by the Illinois High School Association. Any reproduction or rebroadcast of this event without the written consent of the IHSA and Sports Channel is strictly prohibited. Well, back at New Trier, Kenzie Zeller of Rockford Guilford had more than enough to hold off a fast-closing Kelly Telshaw and is the state diving champion for 19 and 93. Telshaw, the junior from Palatine Fremd, finishes 2nd. Courtney Schell of Glenbrook South jumps over Hannah Shin for 3rd. Shin, the defending champion, finishes 4th.
There you go.
And there is Kenzie Zeller, the senior. And Bruce, a nice way to go out.
It is a nice way to go out, and she's only been diving for 4 years and started as a freshman, and look at the way she ends up a state champion as a senior. Terrific.
Her final point total, 395.50 for Kenzie Zeller. Telshaw 2nd, Schell 3rd, Hannah Shin, again, who won this as a freshman, 4th as a sophomore. Becky Edwards stays in 5th, and Lydia Ball of Champaign Centennial jumps in to get 6th place. Well, so far, Bruce, things going pretty much according to form. I guess if there was a mild upset, it would have to be Jenny Grable in the individual medley, but then again, a lot of people thought that might happen.
Yeah, we talked at the beginning of the contest that it was going to be seniors and freshmen, and that's what it's turned out to be so far.
As a look at Tony Harper, the successor to Bruce Woodbury as coach of New Trier High School girls swim team. Looks like another 2nd place finish for the Trevians, and 1st place going to Hinsdale Central. We'll update those points as we go, but certainly looks that way for Carol Bobo and the gang over there. The Red Devils going for 4 straight. Meanwhile, let's get to the next event, and it's always an exciting one, the 100-yard butterfly.
This is exciting.
Again, we'll start with the consolation in lane 2. Lara Hoffman, senior from Lake Forest. Janelle Buster, a junior from Pekin, lane 3. Emily Buskey from Decatur MacArthur, a sophomore, in lane 4. Next to her, Danielle Kidston of St. Charles, lane 5. Jessica Nippenberg of Naperville Central, lane 6. And at the bottom of your picture from Kankakee, Heather O'Donnell will be in lane 7. State record for this one, just under 55, 54.99.
This is such a grueling event.
There is Emily Buskey in lane 4 as they get off. 4 laps, and again, they're bunched up as they go to the first 25 yards. You're looking there. Touching first from lane 4 was Buskey of Decatur MacArthur. You got to be tired at the end of this, Bruce.
Well, you're tired at the end of all of them, but this is really a really difficult race. It takes a lot out of you, and the breathing pattern is a little awkward. You breathe up, and which pushes your hips down. These girls are look really strong today.
Buskey of Decatur MacArthur has led from wire to wire. Now coming up, Janelle Buster of Pekin, above her in lane 3. Below her in lane 5, that's Danielle Kidston.
This is usually when the piano gets on your back, and it's really hard, but they're finishing real strong.
And Buskey holds on.
59.11. Better her time from last night.
There's
Excellent
the finish.
swim.
Yeah, Emily Buskey finishes first. Second place, lane 3, Janelle Buster.
Look at how she recovers both those arms low over the water. She didn't take a breath, which is a little unusual there, but it was a smart move because if she'd taken a breath, it would have slowed her up just enough to have her not finish first.
59.11 the time. About half a second better than second place Janelle Buster. All right, let's go to the championship heat right here. And first in lane 2, Meredith Quast from Hinsdale Central. Check it. Katie Sherwin from Roselle Lake Park. Lauren Pace, the freshman, in lane 3 from York of Elmhurst. Ellen Frauman from Deerfield in lane 4. She had the best qualifying time. A senior, thinks it's her time. Christine Nowaida of New Trier in lane 5. Lane 6, Megan Krause of Lake Forest. And Sarah Graves, who along with Nowaida tied for 4th in this event last year.
This is an important race because it might tell us something about what's going to happen in the breaststroke. Ellen and Kristen Nowaida in lane 5, and Ellen in lane 4 from Deerfield are both swimming in the breaststroke as well. Very, very fast.
Frauman in lane 4, Kristen Nowaida in lane 5 as they come to the touch in the first 50 yards. It looks like it is Frauman with an edge in lane 4.
Slight edge, but Kristen Nowaida is right there with her. And now Ellen Frauman looks like she's pulling away a little bit. And keep an eye on Lauren Pace, the freshman in lane 3.
Frauman touches just ahead of Pace. Pace, the freshman.
But Pace looked like she had a slow turn. She was a little slow getting off the wall, and Frauman is coming on. Now here comes Pace again.
3, 4, and 5. The race is between Pace and Frauman as they touch.
Frauman.
It is Frauman.
Then Pace. Then Kristen Nowaida. Fabulous times, though. Good job.
Frauman couldn't get into this race because there was so much competition at her own school at Deerfield. This is her senior year. This is her time. She made the most of it. Ellen Frauman, the winner, and the winning time, 57.35.
Okay, watch Ellen now. You can see Lauren Pace is starting to catch her a little bit, and then Ellen just puts her head down, just really turns it over, and finishes strong. She really wanted this. A senior, last time she's going to get an opportunity to swim this, and you can see how important that gliding is at the end. Lauren Pace just out touching Kristen Nowaida. We'll see Ellen and Kristen in the breaststroke again in about 20 minutes.
Frauman first from Deerfield, Pace second from York Elmhurst, and Kristen Nowaida, hometown person from New Trier, takes third. Well, back at New Trier High School, Mike Liederman along with Bruce Woodbury, Dave Turner, our Sports Channel crew. It is time for the senior to shine. Ellen Frauman of Deerfield, after a 4-year wait, gets her chance and makes the most of it. The gold medal, the first place champion in the 100-yard butterfly. Ellen Frauman of Deerfield.
There's a happy young lady.
Now we'll see her again in the breaststroke.
I'm sure Coach Sherry Meyer is happy too. Ellen's a terrific kid, great sense of humor, and has done really well.
Well, the rest of the order. The freshman in second, Lauren Pace from York High and Elmhurst. In third place, Kristen Nowida here at New Trier. Megan Krause from Lake Forest finishes fourth. Sarah Graves from Wheaton Warrenville South, fifth. And Katie Sherwin from Lake Park Roselle finishes sixth. Next, the 100-yard freestyle. This being the consolation, we'll show you the lane draw here. Katie Polasek from Lyons LaGrange in lane 2. She is a junior. Sarah Mutz from Barrington, one of the talented freshmen in lane 3. Brianne Fowles from McHenry, a sophomore in lane 4. She had the fastest qualifiers of the consolation heat. Andrea Lund from Rockford Guilford, lane 5. Becky Hodgson from Lake Park Roselle, lane 6. Chrissy Jansen of Lake Forest at the bottom of your picture. She'll be in lane 7.
Mr. Starter, take your mark.
Very good start.
In lane 4, Brianne Falls of McHenry. Andrea Lund next to her in lane 5, Rockford Guilford, as they hit the turn. The first of 8 laps.
Looked like a good turn for Brianne.
Let's make it 4 laps, okay?
4 laps.
It's tough enough. Lanes 3 and 4 right together.
Andrea Lund looks like in lane 5 is out ahead. Just starting to pull away. Good, well into the turn, and
here comes the finish here. Lund, the senior from Rockford Guilford. She is in lane 5. Next to her, Brianne Falls of McHenry.
She's coming
Falls
on.
May have the edges. They hit the wall, and she does.
She had an excellent last turn. We'll see that, I hope, in the replay. And then just overpowered Andrea at the end.
Brianne Falls of McHenry finishes first in the consolation. The time, as you can see, at 53:23.
Into the turn here. It looks like Andrea goes in first, and they come out almost exactly together. And look at it, they're looking at each other as they breathe, so they know who they're swimming against for the end here. And then Brianne is finished. She has a little bit stronger kick and a little faster turnover. You can see her arms are moving a little bit faster, and she holds her breath right into the finish. Very good finish by the sophomore from McHenry.
Sarah Mutz takes second, Andrea Lund third, as Mutz coming in to sneak in for second place. Now let's set the championship heat right here. First in lane 2 from Hinsdale Central, third in this event last year, Meredith Quast. Jenny Steffen, third in the 200, second here last year from Hinsdale Central. Lane 3, lane 4, there she is again. Lindsay Farella, she won the 50. Allison Weimer in lane 5 from Palatine. Sarah Adams from Washington, lane 6. Ellen Stonebreaker, who won the 200 in lane 7.
Starter, take your mark.
2 girls from Hinsdale are seniors. The rest of the field are freshmen. With the exception of Sarah Adams from Washington.
And Farella hits the first turn.
Boy, is she amazing.
Lindsay Farella looking for a double here.
She is just such a powerful swimmer. She is out ahead of the field almost by a full body length. Comes off the turn kicking and extending her lead.
The state record here, 50.43, set back in 1980 by a New Trier swimmer, Betsy Lynn, who also holds the 50-yard mark that Farella almost beat. coming to the final touch. Farilla's got this one well in hand. The only question is the time. She won't get a state record, but she will get the victory.
And the first double winner of the afternoon, Lindsay Farella, won the 50 earlier and now has won the 100.
The time 51.10. Allison Weimer, the other freshman from Palatine, coming in second. On one side of Lindsay, and on the other side, Jennifer Steffen finished third, one notch lower than she finished here a year ago.
Here's Lindsay. She has a terrific body position for the 100 freestyle. Nice high head, very strong kick, and a fast turnover with those arms. She just gets them, turns them over faster and faster, and terrific finish. She controlled that race from beginning to end.
Yes, she did. And we will take a break and be right back. Well, they told us she was good, Bruce Woodbury, but she is proving she is every bit as good and better. Lindsay Farella, the freshman from Elk Grove Village, our first double winner, gets the medal from meet referee Charles McCarthy.
She's awesome. Just wonderful. What a beautiful swimmer she is. It's fun coming in as a freshman. There really isn't a whole lot of pressure on freshmen because they're not expected to do well. As we saw with Heather Chen, who won the diving last year as a freshman, took fourth this year. More pressure as a sophomore.
Well, of course, Lindsay's got a lot of national experience already, and she'll be getting more. Another talented freshman, Allison Weimer from Palatine, coming in to take second place. Jennifer Steffen, the senior from Hinsdale Central, in third. Ellen Stonebreaker, who won, of course, the 200 free, finishes fourth here. Sarah Adams from Washington, third in the IM, takes fifth. And Meredith Quast, another Hinsdale Central swimmer, puts some more points up for her Red Devils team, coming in sixth. Now there's a look at the water of the New Trier pool, and we go now to the test of endurance of the 500-yard freestyle, this being the consolation heat.
20 laps.
You know, I was just trying to count on my fingers. I can never get that right. Kristen Hoover, Amanda Smiley, top to bottom of your screen. Molly Sullivan from Richwoods. Kelly Yates from Richwoods. Carolyn Mahalik from Lake Park Roselle. And at the bottom of your pictures, Stacy Seiler from Westmont.
Well, you're trying to count on your fingers, and the girls have at the end of each, at the end of the lane, they have a counter that's required by the rules to sit there and count for the girls. They count the odd number lengths.
Well, it's nice to know they start with one, because if you get confused there, it could be a long race for you.
Who said our students aren't good in math? It's a long race. Again, just like the 200, you want to try to swim it even. Try to breathe every stroke so don't put yourself in the oxygen debt. These girls are a breed unto themselves, the distance swimmers. They love to swim. They love to compete. They're the I think, the most admired swimmers on the team, because they train so hard. They have to. We used to have a saying, when the going gets tough, the sprinters get out.
All right, after 4 laps, 100 yards, in lane 4, Molly Sullivan, senior from Peoria Richwoods, leads. She in the green cap. Next to her, her teammate, Kelly Yates, a sophomore. And in third position on the other side, in lane 3 from Barrington, Amanda Smiley. There's your leader.
And you can see she breathes on both sides. She took a breath on the other side coming out of the turn, and that was to take a look at her competition on that side. You don't want to lose anybody. You don't want somebody to sneak out from an outside lane and get out ahead of you, because it's awful hard to catch up to them. But if they're right next to you and you know where they are, it's easier to compete.
The 2 Richwood swimmers still lead the pack. Kelly Yates in lane 5, closer to you, has taken the stroke or so lead over her teammate, Molly Sullivan. Now we're through 8 laps now.
Molly was 11th or 12th last year. She's doing a lot better this year.
And the 2 Richwood swimmers touched at exactly the same time, 2:01:69 after 100 yards.
It's pretty amazing itself.
200 yards. There goes my math again. You know, your brain starts to atrophy in this race. But now coming up in lane 3, Amanda Smiley of Barrington.
She looks stronger than she did at the beginning of the race. You can see the kick is a little bit different on these girls too. It's not the strong sprint kick that we saw in the 50 and the 100. We will see that at the last 50 and last 100 of this race. But these girls drag their legs a little bit more and use their kick more for balance than for propulsion.
Lap 12 ending here at 300 yards. It still looks like Amanda Smiley up there in the red cap in lane 2, but next to her, Kelly Yates from Richwoods.
Yates is in 5.
In lane 5 next to her, her teammate in lane 4, Molly Sullivan now. And Smiley. So, again, lots of time left.
Yeah, it's running out, though. It's interesting that it looks like Kelly picks up on the laps when everybody's breathing the other way. But she is swimming a little bit in circles. She goes down one side of the lane and then back the other side of the lane, and that comes from training that way.
At the very top of your picture, Kristen Hoover, a junior from St. Charles, is also in the pace. It's basically a 4-person race here as we come up to lap 15. And to the 400-yard mark here. The 2 Richwood swimmers, Sullivan and Yates, in the green caps there at the bottom of your picture.
I get tired just watching them.
Sullivan touches first in lane 4. Yates stroke for stroke with her. They're looking at each other as they swim down here to lap 17. Hoover has fallen back. Smiley's still there, but she's given up a little bit of ground.
These girls know each other so well. They swim against each other in practice every day, and they probably benefit from that.
Now Sullivan is putting a little distance between her and her teammate and the rest of the field.
Gun lap.
And we've got up and back to go.
You can see the kick has picked up a little bit.
Well, Yates has come back on her teammate. Sullivan and Yates, that's the race right here. The 2 swimmers from Richwood. Sullivan, lane 4, the senior. Yates, the sophomore. And here they come, spinning out of the turn, to borrow a phrase. It is Sullivan, the senior, in command here as they come to the finish. Yates will get second, and it'll be close, but Smiley picks up third.
5:08, very nice time. 2 teammates congratulate one another. They really helped each other in that race. They know each other so well from practicing together, and did just a fabulous job at the end.
Well, the dominance took 18.5 laps with Molly Sullivan, beat her teammate and the rest of the field. A convincing victory here in the 500 consolation.
You can see it becomes a sprint at the end. Their arms move faster. Their kick is a lot more powerful. It's just a real sprint at the end. They pace the race till the end and then sprint that last 50 or 100.
Second, Kelly Yates. Third, Amanda Smiley. And there's your winner of the consolation, Molly Sullivan from Peoria Richwoods. And now let's go to the championship round right here, to the heat. And we'll set the lanes for you. In lane 2 from New Trier, finished 6th here last year, Kim Bender. In lane 3 from Normal Community, Lindsay Mercer. She is a senior, finished 5th. Last year's 4th place finisher, Courtney Coleman. We've seen her before from Wheaton-Warrenville South. The top qualifier, lane 4. There is Lauren Silva. She finished 2nd in the medley. The freshman, she's in lane 5. Lane 6, Mary Kay Hensler from Lake Forest. Lane 7, Heidi Rajki of Pekin.
This should be quite a race, too.
Well, Ann Camphy from Decatur MacArthur had her own private lock on this event for a while. She has gone on, graduated.
And a lot of people in the pool here celebrated that graduation. Now it's their shot.
That's right.
Courtney Coleman is the favorite here from Wheaton-Warrenville, but she's going to be pushed by Lauren Silva.
Coleman in lane 4 in the gold cap. You see her. She is at the head of the pack right now. Silva right behind her. And in lane 3, Lindsey Mercer from Normal Community. Again, with 20 laps, as you said, Bruce, it's very much a pace race.
Now there's a nice shot. You can see the nice body position, the breathing underneath the arm, and the nice stroke. Nice relaxed arm recovery. You can't be too stiff in the arm recovery.
Courtney Coleman finished second in the 200 earlier today. And as we mentioned, as really a solo act at Wheaton Warrenville. So they don't have a team. She trains, I believe, at the local Y and swims in the area competitions.
Courtney's trying to lose the competition early here. We talked in the consolation finals about trying to stay close to your competition, and Courtney's trying to disengage herself from the competition, and it makes it a lot harder to catch up. But those girls just won't let her go right now.
Silva and Mercer on either side of Courtney Coleman as they finish lap 7. Coming up to the 200-yard mark here on lap 8, and it is still Courtney Coleman. Good look at her. Again, finished 4th last year in this event.
And Lauren's right there. She's within a second of her, actually about 7/10 of a second, and looks like she's actually gaining on her a little bit right now. And that could be a psychological edge. If you're out ahead and think you've done a nice job getting out ahead and somebody starts creeping up on you slowly, it takes a little bit out of you. You just keep thinking, is she going to catch me? Is she going to catch me? And Lauren is, she's right there now.
And not far behind is Lindy Mercer. She in lane 3 from Normal Community, but
they were a second behind at the last time they touched at that end, and now they're actually 5/100ths of a second apart. And now Lauren's ahead. Just turned ahead of her.
Lauren Silva, the freshman there in black cap at the bottom of your picture. Again, the angle is such to be deceiving. She is stroke for stroke and a bit ahead now of Courtney Coleman as they come to 300 yards. Silva extending her lead a bit here, finishing lap 13, a total of 20.
Wow, she's terrific. She looks like the perfect distance swimmer. Nice long stroke. She has very good technique underneath the water, and actually looks very comfortable and relaxed above the water. Her teammates are going crazy.
Lead. I'm sorry, Bruce, lengthening her lead here as we're about coming up to 375 yards. Finishing lap 15. Lauren Silva free and easy. Courtney Coleman trying to stay with her up there in lane 4.
I think Lauren has broke contact with Courtney now, and it's everything Courtney can do to hang on. She's probably now starting to think about the girl that's right in 3rd.
Lindy Mercer. Lauren Silva is making this a swim away.
She swam right with her the first 200 and then started to pull away. Didn't panic when Courtney got out ahead, and here we have the gun lap. Beautiful turns.
Lauren Silva, the freshman from Rosary of Aurora, having it all her way. Courtney Coleman holding on or trying to for second with 25 yards to go. Silva, Coleman trying to put on a last-minute sprint here, but this is going to be Silva. She can dead man's float through right here.
She went about 3.5 seconds ahead of last night. What a swim. Nice job. Nice job.
4 minutes, 56 and 98/100ths for the freshman, her first state championship, Lauren Silva. Courtney Coleman, the junior, chances are those two will be dueling it again next year. Comes in second. And Lindy Mercer of Normal Community 3rd.
Courtney did a nice job, too.
Lane 6.
Courtney being congratulated by Lindsay Varela. This is looks like where she passed her, and she's stronger and stronger. Got a nice leg kick, and Courtney just can't hold on. Just being overpowered, it looks like here, and that was about the 200. And you can see Courtney's legs are just slow coming over, and she's looks like a tired young lady.
All right, there's the winner once again. And we'll be back with more swimming here at the Girls State Championships. Freestyle relay next. Heading to the victory stand for the 500-yard freestyle. Another one of the freshmen to watch. Well, we watched her, and she delivered. Lauren Silva from Rosary High in Aurora. 4:56.98, the winning time. She now has a second place and a first place in her first state meet, Bruce.
And she's just an outstanding swimmer. She's only going to get better. And I'm just really looking forward to watching her in the next 3 years. She is just fabulous.
The cap says Beads.
It's their nickname.
The Rosary Beads. With flowers and medals. And Lauren Silva, her first state meet. Quite a success. Now let's head out to the 200-yard freestyle relay, the consolation. First, though, let's check the final finish. Silva, Courtney Coleman finished second from Wheaton Warrenville South. Lindy Mercer. Then Heidi Raschke, Kim Vender from New Trier, and Mary Kay Hensley from Lake Forest.
Kim's got her hands full. She just got out of the water from the 500. Now she's back, going to be swimming the anchor in the relay.
All right, well, we'll be back with more action here at New Trier in just a minute. All right, back at New Trier, time for the consolation heat of the 200-yard freestyle relay. Always a fun event. Lane 1, Oak Park. Check out lane 2, of course. Rockford Guilford, lane 3. Lake Park Roselle, lane 4. New Trier in lane 5. Glenbrook South, lane 6. Hoffman Estates in lane 7, closest to you.
Mr. Starter, take your mark.
Lane 3, Stephanie Homewood is off to a great start.
That's Rockford Guilford.
This is such an exciting event.
50 yards a swimmer, up and back. And the touch looks like lane 4 will be first, and that is Lake Park Roselle. Katie Sherwood now swimming that second leg, and she's lengthening that lead.
And Laura Morley from Glenbrook South is looks like she's brought them up to second. But here comes Michelle Lombardo.
Lake Park Roselle holding the lead with Katie Sherwin. And Carrie Mahalik now swimming that third leg. But in lane 6, Glenbrook South is mounting a challenge with Megan Brown. Holding on in lane 4, Lake Park High School. 4 other swimmers bunched together. Here we go, gun line.
Great start, great start.
Colleen O'Rourke for Lake Park. And here they come, the final lap.
Lake Park.
Oak Park River Forest coming up with a last-minute sprint, but Lake Park seems to have it.
Lake Park.
And they do. Narrowly beating out New Trier. 39. On a heck of an anchor leg for the Trevians. The winning time, you see it up there, 1:40 flat. 3 seconds off the state record. Again, this is the consolation. Lake Park held on to that lead.
Lake Park is, you can see them out there in front. Colleen O'Rourke
with a good, strong finish. Pulling away from the field, you can see her heels come up. That means she has a really good, strong kick, nice, strong finish. And it looks like Shane Ruth finished first, or second.
For New Trier, Hoffman Estates coming up to grab third out of lane 7. Glenbrook South fourth. Oak Park fifth after that hopeful start, and Rockford Guilford sixth in the consolation. Now let's go to the championship heat of this 200-yard freestyle relay. First of all, in lane 2, Lake Forest High School. Lane 3, St. Charles. Lane 4, Hinsdale Central. Again, they need these points to lock up that state championship. Naperville Central in lane 5. West Chicago Community in lane 6. And Barrington in lane 7.
Mr. Starter, take your mark.
Hinsdale's really dominated this event for the last 4 years since its inception. They've got the freestylers, they've got the sprinters. Looks like they're going to be a challenge today.
Meredith Quas simming that first leg for Hinsdale Central in the red cap.
She was in the finals of the 100-yard freestyle, but you can see that St. Charles is right there with them.
2 laps a swimmer. Kristen Caranda now with the lead for Hinsdale Central. Second place, St. Charles. And third, looks like Naperville Central on either side of the leader. Now coming up to take first place is St. Charles.
St. Charles has always had some good swimmers.
It's like Munns of St. Charles brought their team ahead now. Meanwhile, Tori Wagner in lane 5 for Naperville Central trying to make Terry Wagner trying to make things happen. Naperville Central now, they go 3 across. Naperville Central and St. Charles going into the final leg right here.
This is where Hinsdale usually pulls away, the last swimmer. And we've got Jennifer Steffen, who's a fabulous sprinter, 50, 100, 200, she's just a fabulous freestyler, and she does pull away.
And Kristen Hoover from St. Charles can't keep up.
Look at Naperville.
The Naperville Central coming on strong. Ellen Stonebreaker, no surprise there, but Hinsdale Central is going to hold on.
137.
Boy, Stonebreaker, what a sprint she put on, the freshman. But not enough to beat Hinsdale Central, and the Red Devils take that big step toward that 4th straight state title. Hinsdale Central first, Naperville Central second, and St. Charles fading. Well, we shouldn't say fading. Naperville Central sprinting to take second. St. Charles third. Here's the finish.
Into the turn, you can see Jennifer Steffen has just a slight lead. They're turning almost at the same time, and Ellen Stonebreaker is starting to catch up a little bit. She won the 200 freestyle, you remember, but she doesn't have enough to hold off Jennifer in her experience.
The winning time, 1:37.46. Just under 4/10 of a second under the state record, or we should say not as good as the state record. And we'll be back as Hinsdale Central wins another. The 200-yard freestyle relay turns into another Hinsdale Central victory party. The Red Devils coach, Carol Bobo, gets to present her team with their first place medals. Meredith Quas, Krista Caranda, Nellie Roberts, Jennifer Steffen. And there's the Rooten section all painted up. Not an easy victory, boy. They have earned everything they've gotten.
Yeah, Carol's done a marvelous job at being a tactician for this meet. She knows that the relay points are twice as much as individual points, and she's loaded up those relays. They've won 2. They're favored in the 3rd.
And she also is very cognizant of the taper situation. Steve Tucker in the Sun-Times wrote an excellent piece about how swimmers taper down to the meet, cut their training down so they get the optimum performance. And that has been the case for Hinsdale Central today. There you see the Red Devils finishing first. Naperville Central, the Red Hawks. And they are second. St. Charles third. West Chicago Community fourth. Barrington fifth. And Lake Forest finishes sixth. And as you mentioned, Bruce, lots of 13 points for the team title that Carol Bobo is just about salted away right now for the 4th straight year.
She does a nice job, and as you say, she does a nice job of tapering, and it's such an individual thing. Every girl needs a different amount of rest, a different amount of work. It's so much psychological. Anybody can train them.
Let's go to the 100-yard backstroke now. The consolation heat, Lindsay Walter from Springfield High School, lane 2. Janie Reed from Champaign Central, lane 3. Allison Kosabowski, Crystal Lake Central, lane 4. Erin Diddy from Stephen Decatur, lane 5. Kristen Ritchie from Morrison, lane 6. Jenny Priester from Bloomington High School in lane 7. A look at lane 4. That's Allison Kosabowski, the fastest qualifying time here in the consolation heat.
Mr. Starter, take your mark.
Good start for Janie Reed in lane 3. Kosabowski in lane 4 takes the early lead in this 4-lap race.
You see the backstroke pennants are there, so the backstrokers know how far they are away from the wall. They count their strokes in, they roll over on their stomach and do their turn. It's a real difficult thing to do. These girls practice hours and hours and hours counting their strokes.
Lindsay Walter, top of your picture, lane 2. Kosabowski in lane 4 in the middle, and Kosabowski touches first. Next to her, lane 3, Janie Reed, Champaign Central, second, halfway home. Kosabowski now with about half a body length lead on the field as we make the final turn here in the consolation.
Allison has a great turn, Allison Kosabowski. And then recover those arms fast through the air. They want to get them through the air where the resistance is slow.
Watch lane 3, Janie Reed. Janie Reed has got a little edge on Kosabowski. They come to the wall, and it is, whoa, coming up there. Erin Diddy snuck in. From Stephen Decatur High School, Erin Diddy, who had been trailing the entire race, had 2 incredible strokes, maybe 15 incredible yards, and beat out both of them. Janie Reed finishes second, Kosabowski third.
Okay, look at the finish here. We're looking at in lane 5, Erin Diddy, and you can just see her sneaking up there in the blue cap and touches the head, the light blue cap at the bottom of the screen.
The time,
what a race.
59.55. Erin Diddy's become the queen of the consolations, if you will, doing well in the consolation heats. So Erin Diddy takes 7th place. And now we go to the championship heat. This is Christy Lohmeyer, a junior from Rock Island, lane 2. Lane 3, Aurora Rosaries Betsy Nagel, a sophomore. Tracy Bollinger from Dupo, lane 4, the top qualifier. Natalie Larrick from Hinsdale Central, lane 5. Jenny Roberts, 4th here last year from Hinsdale Central. Lara Hoffman from Lake Forest in lane 7.
Start out underwater, take a couple dolphin kicks. It looks like Christy Lohmeyer over there in lane 2 is out to her early lead. But it's sure hard to tell. And that's Natalie Larrick from Hinsdale Central.
Lanes 2, 4, and 5 almost touching at the same time. Lane 5 leading in there. That again is Natalie Larrick from Hinsdale Central.
She led off their medley relay and did such an outstanding job. Here she is leading going into the last leg of the backstroke.
Bollinger in the dark cap, lane 4. Larrick to her left over there, lane 5. Now Bollinger looks like she has the edge as they come to the wall. As Larrick starts to fade, and it is Bollinger. Tracy Bollinger from Dupo. Did not swim in this event last year, was eliminated on a technicality, I believe, did not get to swim. She made up for it this year.
Yep.
She's got the first place medal.
Did a nice job, and the real story there is that it's the first winner that's not a freshman or a senior.
Good point. Well, she's a first-year competitor.
Yeah.
The final.
Picky. Okay, here we can see her finishing in lane 4. She's right in the middle of the screen there. kicking real hard. You need a strong kick in the backstroke, and just pulls away right at the last minute. You might notice that the lane lines stop alternating colors towards the end, and they're all green or all one color at the end, so the girls know exactly how many strokes they have to go again.
57.82 the time. Larrick second. Jenny Roberts from Hinsdale Central third. We'll take a break right here. Be back with more from New Trier High School. That one. And tune in for this right here. A lot of happy folks, especially Tracy Bollinger, sophomore from Dupo. As you mentioned, Bruce, the only non-freshman or senior to win an individual event so far.
This is the race coming up now that I think a lot of people have been hanging around for.
And we'll get to it in just a second. Let's just run down the final order of finish. Bollinger first, Natalie Larrick from Hinsdale Central second, Jenny Roberts, her teammate third, Christy Lohmeyer, Betsy Nagel, Lohmeyer from Rock Island, Nagel from Rosary, and Lara Hoffman from Lake Forest finishes sixth. Well, as you were saying, the 100-yard breaststroke will be the event, is the glamour event of this meet. With the finals coming up, let's go to the consolation first. Jackie Sandell from Johnsburg in lane 2. Tony Larm from West Chicago Community. Misty Lorick from Aurora Rosary in lane 4. She finished 5th in this event last year. Sarah Stevens from Urbana, lane 5. Pamela Rakansky of Lake Forest in 6th. And lane 7, Chriscoda Midlothian, Bremen High School, a junior, rounding out the field. The 100-yard breaststroke.
Mr. Starter, take your mark. Stand up.
Want to get the start straight again. No false starts allowed here. You false start and you are out in the state finals.
Mr. Starter, take your mark.
100-yard breaststroke consolation. Tony Larm, who won the consolation in the individual medley, she's in lane 3 and looks to be touching first as they hit the 25-yard mark. Misty Lorick, of course, a lot of competition there in lane 4. Misty, a top 5 finisher last year.
It looks like Misty's gotten off to a really good start here from Aurora.
Halfway through, she touches first. Second place is Larm. Sarah Stevens from Urbana High School downstate, running third right now. But it looks like Lorick has a good lead as they turn for home.
She has a very good stroke technically, and as all the Rosary girls are, has been trained really well.
Misty Lorick coming on strong to finish up the consolation in first place. And she touches. It'll be close for second. Looks like Larm got second, and she did.
Very nice time. Nice swim. As I say, she has a real good stroke technically and get her arms underneath her body real quickly.
See the time there for the winner, 1:06.50 for Misty Lorick. And she had this one in the bag, Bruce.
Yeah, she's pulling away, and there wasn't too much doubt here, but look at her stroke. She comes up and gets that breath, gets her arms underneath her chin real quickly, and then extends them forward as quickly as possible. A lot of her strength comes from her arms and her stroke. Some kids are real good leg kickers, some others are real good with their arms.
All right, now it's time for the final heat, and this is the glamour race. 6 of the top 8 finishers last year are in this race. And the question is, can Jenny Grable take this event for the 4th time in her 4-year career? Amy Munns, there she is from St. Charles, lane 2. There's Grable, only the 3rd fastest qualifier this year in lane 3. Her teammate, Kristen Noeda, in lane 4. Ellen Frauman from Deerfield, lane 5. Brittany Klein, Crystal Lake Central, lane 6. Kate McMillan from Palatine, lane 7.
Jenny qualified 3rd last night, but the last 2 years she hasn't qualified first. The key to her race is going to be the first 50. She can blow them away the first 50. She will have the psychological edge, having won this 3 other times.
She turns first at 25 yards. Jenny Grable in lane 2. Next to her, Kristen Nwita in lane 3 is Grable. Lane 4, Nwita. Frauman lane 5. They should be the top 3, but Grable's got the edge right here as they're halfway home.
Almost a body length edge. She's got to make sure she's not just racing Kristen Nwita. She's got Ellen right over there in lane 5 to think about too. She's pulling away a little bit.
25 yards to go. Grable over Nwita, and it looks like Jenny Grable going to finish that career with a flourish, but here she comes, the final half of the length of the pool. Nwita second, Frauman third, Grable leading it on. Will she take it 4 straight? You bet. What a day for Jenny Grable.
Nice job, Jenny. Nice job, Kristen. Nice job, Ellen. What a race. These girls have swum together for 4 years, competed against each other at the national level, at the state level. I bet they're glad it's over.
The time 1:04.78, about a second, a little less than a second off the record set back in 1984. And here's Jenny Grable with the strong finish. She took it, as you said, first 50 yards, and then she held on.
Well, that was the key for her, is to get out right at the beginning and try to lose contact with those girls. Plus, she must have the psychological edge there, too. But look at her finish. She has a real unique stroke, real strong finish, and a real champion.
Jenny Grable, a winner in 1990, 91, 92, and again here in 1993. A 4-time champ. Congratulations. Back at New Trier for the awards presentation in the 100-yard breaststroke. No stranger to the gold medal from New Trier High School, Jenny Grable. Jenny becoming only the 4th person in the history of this 19-year event to win her event all 4 years of her high school career. And there is Jenny Grable coming up there. Look out. What a career.
Well, Jenny's dominated. I think this is her toughest year. She had some real tough competition from her teammates, from Ellen Frauman, from Deerfield. She must be relieved.
Well, she's in some pretty good company of 4-time winners. Stacy Cassidy of Evanston in the 200-yard free, Martha McCann in the 200-yard IM from Decatur Eisenhower, and of course Lisa Kuhl, who came out of the far outside to win the 100-yard butterfly her freshman year and then took it the next 3. And now Jenny Grable, 4-time champion over her high school career in the breaststroke and a 2-time winner today. Ellen Frauman from Deerfield coming up to take second. Kristen Nwita, her teammate of Grable's, takes 3rd. Amy Munns 4th. Kate McMillan 5th. And Brittany Klein of Crystal Lake Central coming in 6th. The race every good as it was advertised to be. Now let's go over to the final event, the consolation of the 400-yard freestyle relay. West Chicago Community, lane 2, St. Charles, lane 3, Palatine, lane 4, Roselle Lake Park, lane 5, Bloomington, lane 6, Peoria Richwoods, lane 7.
Mr. Starter.
Again, this is the consolation. Okay, the 4x100 yards. Here we go. And this finishes the meet with all kinds of excitement.
Becky Hodgson from Lake Park takes the early lead.
Lanes 4 and 5
Palatine
touching almost
second.
at the same time. Lake Park in first. 4 laps for each swimmer. Lane 5 now taking the lead. Lake Park High School as the first swimmers come to their last touch. Up in lane 2, West Chicago Community are looking there at the leader from Lake Park Roselle, Becky Hodgson. She'll hand it up to Katie Sherwin, right?
They spread out pretty quickly in the 400 as opposed to the 200 where they were right together.
Palatine, the top qualifier in lane 4 to Lake Park, leading. Mandy Freeman from Palatine trying to put on a challenge. But as they come to the third swimmer, Katie Sherwin holding on to that lead. Carrie Mahalik now in the water for Lake Park High.
Lake Park's going to have to get a good lead here because Palatine anchors with Allison Weimer.
Weimer, the freshman, in the finals in a couple of events today. Final swimmers ready to go.
This is the third place swimmer. And they're off.
And a big lead with Lake Park now. Can they hold on to it?
That'll be the question. We'll see how strong their Palatine's third swimmer is. This is usually a key swimmer in the relay. The first swimmer and the third swimmer, well, they're all important.
Holding on to the lead, Lake Park with a body length over Palatine.
Palatine's starting to come on a little bit there now, and it looks like Lake Park is starting to tighten up a little bit. That third length is a tough length.
This is Mahalik of Lake Park against Kate McMillan of Palatine. Allison Weimer ready to take the anchor leg for Palatine. Paulina O'Rourke for Roselle Lake Park.
They're about almost 2 seconds apart here. We'll see what happens.
Lake Park with the lead now. Palatine turning. And Weimer is putting on a charge.
Look at that leg kick. Is she a powerful swimmer?
Allison Weimer nearly abreast of O'Rourke.
Well, she's cut it down to a half a second.
Coming up to the final turn, O'Rourke is holding on, but can Weimer take charge here?
Weimer looks like she's pulled ahead.
Weimer in the white cap, O'Rourke in the dark cap. Tough to tell from that angle, but Weimer has got it.
Weimer does have it, body length, it looks like.
And Allison Weimer coming from behind, an outstanding effort for Palatine to give them the first place part of the consolation, or 7th in the state.
Allison took off a 2nd and 8/10 behind Lake Park and ended up winning by over a second. And look at the turn. They're just about even here, and watch the way Allison comes out. They're going into the turn even. Allison gets a good strong kick off the wall. She is kicking as she's coming off the wall and just pulls away. She had already caught up 2 seconds of almost 2 full body lengths, and here she comes and finishes. Nice strong finish.
Allison Weimer, the freshman.
Wow, nice.
She really pulled it out. And now the final event of the day, the championship run in the 4x100 freestyle relay. In lane 1, Rosary High School, Aurora. Lane 3, Barrington. Aurora, of course, in lane 2. Hinsdale Central, the favorite, in lane 4. New Trier, lane 5. Naperville, lane 6. Naperville Central and Lake Forest in lane 7. Hinsdale Central has won this event.
Mr. Starter.
They own this event.
Take your mark.
What can do with the question?
They not only have owned this event, they've owned the state championship.
Last time they lost this relay was in 1989. Meredith crossed again in the water for Hinsdale Central. She's got the early lead.
Meredith's had a heck of a meet. Remember, she was in the finals of the 100-yard freestyle.
Second place, Barrington right now. New Trier in third.
Good kick off the wall. Meredith is coming on strong. Nellie Roberts is second for Hinsdale. She was in the medley relay and the 200 relay as well. This is her third relay.
Hinsdale Central with a comfortable lead as the first swimmers touch. Second place, Barrington And in third place right now, Lake Forest. Nellie Roberts ahead of the field, finishing her first 50 yards.
Barrington's coming on. They won't let him get away.
Barrington still in second place. Holding on to third is Lake Forest on the far inside, closest to you.
Rosary's coming on to challenge Barrington. In fact, they've overtaken New Trier, and so is Lake Forest overtaking New Trier here. New Trier has still Kim Bender and Jenny Grable left.
Halfway through the relay, Hinsdale Central with the comfortable lead. Nearly 2 seconds. Natalie Larrick in the water now for the Red Devils.
All Hinsdale has to be concerned with now is their starts. They don't want to get disqualified.
Which has happened in some strange ways here at this meet. Just ask the folks at Oak Park.
That's right, or Lake Forest last year. They had 2 relays disqualified.
At Oak Park, relay team jumped in the water to congratulate the finish before the finish. Hinsdale Central with a commanding lead now. The race is for second place. 1 swimmer to go. Jennifer Steffen will swim the anchor leg for the Red Devils, although closing now is Barrington, trying to make a race of it. In the water for Barrington, Mandy McLeod, a senior, her last race.
And Rosary's right over there. They're ending up with Lauren Silva, the talented freshman. Couture ends up with Jenny Grable.
Rosary in lane 2, though, too far back at this point.
Well, the race is for second and third now.
Well, the rest of the field will have to take a bus if they're going to beat Jennifer Steffen. Barrington in second as they do the final 25 yards. Lake Forest trying to battle with Naperville Central for third. Here comes the big finish to Carol Bobo's fourth straight state championship.
Nice job.
Touching second, Naperville Central, and third, Lake Forest holds on.
What a race.
Woo! Winning time, 3:32.57.
Look at how far she's ahead here. She still holds her stroke together. She's still swimming hard. You know, they had safe starts. They could have probably gone a little bit faster, but the state championship team trophy is a little more important. They weren't going to throw away the state championship trophy on close starts here and take a chance. But look at that strong finish. Jennifer finishes her senior year, 4 years of good swimming. Terrific job.
All right, we'll be back with the results and some final thoughts and the team championship when we come back. A lot of happy Red Devils will return. Well, they teach in high school that this is a team sport. Now, the team that won is a team that won all 3 relays. The Red Devils of Hinsdale Central. It is nothing new for them. It is their 4th straight title, capped by the victory in the 4x100 relay. Meredith Kloss, Nellie Roberts, Natalie Larrick, Jennifer Steffen blitzing the competition right here to get Coach Carol Bobo, we assume, another toss into the drink. But it'll be well worth it for Carol. Bruce, I guess that gives Hinsdale Central as many titles as you got yourself, huh? 7 all told?
Yep, they did a super job, and as I said earlier, Carol's teaching the rest of the state how to swim this meet. She knows how to, she's a great tactician and understands what's important and knows how to get the girls ready.
She points them to this meet, tapers their training so they peak at this meet. If you'll notice, not a single individual winner from Hinsdale Central, but the 3 key relays for the first time in this event's history all went to the Red Devils. Let's take a look at the team standings. And you can see Hinsdale Central, that's the difference is just a little more than 1 relay. So that'll tell you right there, 32 points. New Trier again for the 3rd year in a row finishes second. Naperville Central coming up to take third by a point over Lake Forest. And boy, Rosary High School is certainly an upcoming power on the state scene, especially with that outstanding freshman Lauren Silva, one-time winner today in the 500, finishing second in the individual medley. And of course, talking about some other individual performances, you've got to start with Jenny Grable.
Jenny did a nice job, and she won the IM, which is something she probably even didn't expect to win coming into the beginning of the year. Although she pretty set her sights on it. She was second last year. The key race for her, I think, was a 100-yard breaststroke. She knew exactly where she wanted to be and how she wanted to swim that race.
Only the third fastest qualifier coming into the finals, but she certainly showed what she was made of and came through with her fourth straight. Let's not forget to mention, of course, another outstanding freshman, maybe the best of all, in Lindsay Farella of Elk Grove Village, a two-time winner today in the freestyle at 50 and 100 yards. Lindsay already heavily seasoned in national competition. Again, just a freshman. We look for things from her, perhaps on the national level, perhaps bigger as her career transpires.
Yeah, I look forward to take a shot at those records. They're pretty old records, Betsy Lynn's records from the early 80s. And Lindsay has a real good shot at doing that.
Well, the scene around New Trier now as things taper down following the completion of the state meet.
There's Hinsdale. There's Naperville.
John Carlson, Naperville Central. And they take third place.
And they did it quietly, you know, they kind of snuck up on us. We were looking at Lake Forest. They had lots of qualifiers and lots of relays. We were looking at Aurora, but Naperville did a real nice job in a nice, quiet, professional manner and walk away with that third place trophy by a point.
No matter what their nickname, they are a fine team.
Redskins.
Used to be. Now they're changing that now. Second place going to New Trier, the Trevians again.
Tony Harper.
Arnie Caget, Tony Harper. Another excellent effort here in their home pool.
Kelly Rondi and Scott Gorley. Two first-year coaches for the Trevians.
While we have a moment, we'd like to thank all the folks from the IHSA, starting, of course, with Ola Bundy, who runs this tournament and does it so well. Bob Naughton, Lee Kennecke, Bill Wolf, all the folks here at New Trier who make our life so easy. And whoever's in charge of the thermostat, because it's very comfortable in this pool.
There's Tony Harper.
Tony Harper gets the medal for second place. And that is Ola Bundy from the IHSA.
Jenny Grable appropriately accepting the trophy for the team, handing it to the rest of the team.
And an outstanding effort from Jenny and the rest of the Trevians, finishing second here at their own pool. And now the big moment, and they're getting used to this. The Red Devils of Hinsdale Central, alone at the top for the fourth year in a row. Boy, when you talk to Carol Bobo, she is such a low-key individual. You look at some of the supporters.
Yeah,
always smiling.
Probably low-key on the surface, but real intense inside.
There she is. She's got her glasses off because I think she knows what's next. She's right in the middle of that picture.
She has a lot to be proud of. She's been coaching a long time and does a really nice job with those girls.
Well, again, this was a big day for freshmen and seniors. Ellen Stonebreaker from Naperville Central winning in the 200. Lindsay Farella in the 50 and 100 free. Jenny Grable, of course, 200 IM and the 100 breaststroke. Fine effort by Kenzie Zeller of Rockford Guilford to take the diving competition. Ellen Frauman of Deerfield, a senior, winning the butterfly. And Lauren Silva with that second place in the individual medley and the 500 freestyle winner. And the only non-freshman or senior, Tracy Bollinger, winning the 100-yard backstroke. And there is the first place trophy. Well, they're going to have to build another cabinet over there.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Maybe they'll just make a cabinet out of the trophies.
Well,
there it goes.
The trophy went in for a swim, too.
And there's Carol, right in the middle.
And the rest of the team follows.
That's a tradition. So everybody will towel off and get ready for next year. And congratulations to all the competitors here at New Trier. Our next IHSA event on Sports Channel, it's a big one, live coverage of all 6 classes of the 1993 football championships, starting Friday at 10 a.m. Today's swimming has been produced and directed by Dave Turner, graphics coordinator Bart Fox, executive producer at Sports Channel John Toohey. Remote facilities provided by Trio Video of Chicago. Once again, 1993 girls team champion swimmers, the Hinsdale Central Red Devils. For Bruce Woodbury, I'm Mike Lederman saying so long from Winnetka. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of Sports Channel.